Right now, you're feeling stuck and you're so unsure of how to move forward come year 2025. If that's you, then today's your lucky day because I'm going to be sharing 3 simple yet powerful steps that you can use to break free from that feeling and unlock a better version of yourself that you want to become. And if that feels like a good idea for you, then let's get started. First on the list is that have a plan for yourself. Think about the life you want. Yeah, probably this could be things that would help you grow towards your desired version of person you want to become. Now, get a piece of paper and write down all the life you want to have. Yeah? It could be gaining fitness. It could be having an enormous kind of wealth. It could be having proper relationship with your family. It could be having a wife. It could be having a good job. Write it all down because those are your wants. And if you do that, the next step would be to transform those wants into goals. It is simple as it gets. Basically, what you have on piece of paper, those kind of wants, those are directly your goals. Okay. Now, after transforming those wants into goals, then go ahead on the second piece or flip that page over. Write down those goals because I'm one person who is of the view that everything that is not written is not done and will never get done because it is easily to lose them. So write down those goals on a piece of paper. And hey, the more clear you are, the better. And a pro tip I can give is that kindly organize those goals into a chronological order. That means start with the most important goals to the least important goals because it wouldn't make sense to you or to anyone that you've accomplished the least goal that would push you forward to the kind of life you want. So start with the most important ones first. Now, you might be confused. Oh, how do I even get to set goals? So let me just give a quick example, a scenario here. Say you want to make or save a lot of money come next year. How would you do that? So if you ask me, I wouldn't advise you to say, I would want to save a lot of money come next year. That would be so kiddish. It wouldn't be so specific. It wouldn't be so definitive. Like, it wouldn't make sense, all right? It is okay for starters, but if you really want to make it in life, you have to be more specific. Because remember I said, the more specific and clear you are, the better, all right? So here's how I would do it. I would say, I want to save 500,000 Ugandan shillings in the notes of 50,000 in my bank account by next month. If you have 2 bank accounts, then specify which account you have. But for my case, I have 1 bank account, so that's obvious. See that? I was so specific, I was so definite, and yeah, even someone who is working towards it makes it easier for them to understand what I'm heading to. Because the more detailed, the more easy it is to know what exactly you're working towards too. So be specific and have a plan. And yes, probably along the way, you might have the feeling of, yeah, I want to change something. I want to remove this. I want to add this. I want to tell you this. It is totally okay and it is fine to add or remove anything. In fact, the process of adding and removing from your goals, I myself would consider it progress because you would get to know what exactly you need to have, what exactly doesn't work for you. If it works for you, fine, add it. If it doesn't work for you, it's also fine, remove it. Because that process of adding and removing helps you get to be more focused on the kind of person you want to be or on the steps and goals you need to take on in order to be that very specific person. As simple as that. So the second step is to put that plan into action. Now I believe you did step 1. You made your plan and you've determined the kind of life you want to have. Yeah. Say maybe probably you want to gain health fitness, you want to be rich, you want to have a good family, you want to have, a successful life in business, all that. And the best question to ask yourself at this very specific step is, who do I need to become in order for this plan to work? It is quite a simple question, but please don't take it for granted and rush through it. You've got to think. Don't be like those lazy people who can't think because it all starts from thinking. It's the thoughts that manifest into being. Now, get to use your brains. Take about 20 to 30 minutes and think through it and ask yourself, who do I need to become in order for your plan to work. For instance, if your goal is to become the most fittest person on earth, then ask yourself, what do fittest people do? Probably it might be waking up a bit earlier and do some reading and get to exercise and get to make walks, maybe in the morning or evenings, and probably get to dish that junk food, because what kills most of the healthiest people out there is to exercise and then get back to junk food. That is wrong, and that is not a habit of a healthy or someone who wants to be fit. So what I'm trying to say is that you've got to practice the kind of things on a daily basis that specific version of person you want to be does. And I understand. Some of you are like, yeah, I even don't know where to start from. Maybe I don't think I can be the fittest person. I don't have any idea of how to do that. Then let me give you some quick suggestions here. Always start small and take small practical steps towards your vision. And which kind of vision am I talking about? Towards the kind of version of person you want to be. That's your vision. Take small steps. If it's being fit, then start with jogging. 5 minutes. Oh, maybe jogging is too much for you. Start with 5 minutes of light walks. Yeah. Then advance to medium workouts. Then advance to high intensity workouts. Yeah. All you got to do is start small. Because trust me, the more you get to act like that version of person you want to be, the closer you become, or the closer you get to becoming one. As simple as that. So the third step is to reverse engineer. Yeah? So this wouldn't be a step on its own. It could be done in the first step, the second step, but I wanted to put it as the third step because it clearly gets broken down into a way that is easily understood by anyone, more so beginners. So get to reverse engineer what is required of you to become that person you want to be. Again, it is here that you get to think about what you want to achieve in life. Maybe you want to learn a new skill. Maybe you want to become better at music. Whichever you want to be, whichever you want to learn, whichever you want to be the best of. Now, imagine that you've already accomplished it. With that out of the way, ask yourself one question. What steps did you take to accomplish what you already are? Because remember, I told you, if it is learning music, imagine that you've already accomplished it and you're the best music person out there, the best music genius out there. So what steps did you take to become the best person in music? Then jot all that down. It could be about maybe 5 steps, 2 steps, 3 steps. Maybe, the route to success isn't a straight one. Maybe some take 2 steps, others take 3 steps, others take 1 step. But jot all that down. For instance, if you ask me, it could be maybe I got some extra external help from another person who knows more of music than I do. Maybe it could be you had to take 30 minutes of personal musical practice sessions after class. Yeah. So whichever ways, whichever steps those are, jot them down. And if you're out there and you can't think, most of people are lazy. But if you're out there and you can't think of what steps, then find someone who inspires you to become the greatest of all. If you ask me, I look up to Luke Belma and Nate Belma, and the third person will be Alex Omozi. There are a bunch of those, but I would pinpoint out 3. Yeah, these guys have made it all in life, and the best part is that they have documented each and every step of what they did to get to where they are. All right, so get to know what steps those are. If you're following Alex Omozi, this guy has written tweets, LinkedIn posts, books like Leads, and then offers. If it's Luke Bilmer, this guy he hasn't yet come up with a book, but I believe it's in the pipeline. But this guy has a recommendation of over 25 books. If you need it, just let me know in the comment section and I'll gladly send it to you, or I'll gladly type it somewhere within the comment section for you to have access to it. But get to read all that they have. They have literature, they have written their blueprint to success that they have undertaken themselves. So get all that and start practicing each and every step until you get to the point where they are. Above all, I want you to remember, if you truly want something, then you can achieve it. And most important of all, if others can do it, then you too can. Nothing will ever get to stop you, because it is proven that everyone can do it. It's doable. It's just that you need to become that person. You have to be energetic. You don't have to be lazy. Ditch the laziness in you, and you'll attain each and everything that you want.